So this particular session, the focus is going to be that where are we as of now, how are we basically moving, what is going to be the policy regime changing happening at the central and the state levels, and what is the basically way to basically get the private sector partners in the solid waste as well as the overall waste management in the country. People do talk about that waste management is something which is a social service. No, it's not. It has huge economic benefits. Minister has said that so many million tons of waste is being produced in India, and if you look at one of the anecdotes, that 500 to 600 kilowatt hour energy can be produced from 1 ton of the garbage. So that makes sense for a private sector partner or the municipal corporations to understand what is the economic value the waste can bring in.
Rules making is a dynamic phenomena. You keep learning from your experiences, you keep learning from your drawbacks and the drawbacks of the rules, and that is why. So now recently we have analyzed all the rules and why this is not getting implemented in the country, and we have come out with quite a number of lessons or the experiences of these rules and the total new regime we have introduced. And I'll only give the highlights of the new rules. That the first very important point which we had earlier also been harping upon on the municipal, the rules, ambit of the rules has now been enlarged, and it is all the local, urban local bodies, they will also come, as Minister has also told in the morning, they will also come under the purview of these rules. Earlier this was only focused up to the municipal bodies. So now this will be this will be in the agglomeration cities, this will be applicable. Secondly, the segregation at source has now been introduced in the rules, and it will be the responsibility of the generator to segregate the waste at his own household. He has to have 2 or 3 bins, whatever rules say, and the wet waste and the dry waste will be separated. And wet waste, we had been, for the present we see that the wet waste is also transported all the way to the dump yards. So this is it is a transportation loss. Secondly, it creates so much pollution in the country. So now we are coming with the decentralized model, that where the wet waste will be treated or processed at source only, maybe in the smaller section decentralized. Very important, one very important aspect in the rules is now that it is now enabling factors for the municipal bodies or the local bodies, that tipping fee has been introduced, which earlier they were saying municipal, in the morning also it was discussed that the municipalities are really resource crunch. We have been told that they are really resource crunch, and most of the municipalities do not have enough funds to. So now the provision of tipping fee has been introduced so that they can charge, and the whole perspective of waste now has been changed, that waste is the general tendency of the people is just to throw. Now they have to understand this is also an important aspect. As the sewage is treated, the waste also needs to be processed and treated, and for that the generator has to pay. This is in line with the polluter pays principle also.
In terms of bank engagement, actually bank on municipal solid waste projects is always involved from the urban infrastructure project. So there is no isolated municipal solid waste project. So that is something, is a reflection of country's priorities in terms of how they are looking at the municipal solid waste. So right now, after 15 years of municipal solid waste rules, now we have a first project in UP where we are talking of an integrated individual municipal solid waste project at the state level. So that is a big shift. So I would say that it took about 10 to 15 years for the country to realize that we need an isolated independent project. So that is where we actually can intervene and then do policy level or institutional changes which we really require for the municipal solid waste. So that's a very important thing which we need to know. So, and the second point is, like, if you look at the way municipal solid waste projects have been done in India, we in fact had a review of 3 different gamuts of municipal solid waste management at 3 different stages in the past 15 years. So there was one assessment we did in the year of 2006 and 7 on the overall solid waste collection transportation arrangements in the country, which very clearly picks up is that most of the projects what we do is, like, once the rules came, we actually jumped the gun, because like Until 2000, we never had any structured approach to solid waste management across the country. Rules is the one which triggered everybody to meet Supreme Court mandate and then commit to disposal and solid waste efficiency improvements. So in that part, what happened is like most of the local bodies jumped to some kind of contracting arrangement, either is composting or some waste disposal arrangements, which without having a proper backup of background knowledge or technical capacity, whether what they are entering into is really a good contract or a good arrangement for the waste management. So those are the ones which actually we need to learn from that. So later what we did is that we looked at about 50 PPP contracts across the country. And the key message that comes out is most of these PPP contracts have not learned from one another, even if it is in the same state. If you are talking of in one single state, they have not learned from one ULB to the other. True. So that leads us to one situation which probably Minister also referred in the morning discussion. I hope that turns out into real action, is that having a national level technical institution or technical body which takes the feedback from the different experiences across the country and also gives the message or gives guidance to the ULBs on how to handle these contracts. Because we have number of experiences. If you more than me, anybody across in this forum itself will know, each one of them have their story, how a particular contract could have been improved. Like right. Rather than saying that it was bad, there could have been large improvements in those contracts. So that message across the sector has never gone in. So we need, if at all we have to use these new rules and then really make a significant change, then we need to have that technical body.
We never talk about or we never give targets for landfill diversion. And I think that's one point which really needs to be thought of. Then we give, the tipping fee and all the fees are in a way to put more waste into the landfill. And that is where the problem is. I think we should have targets for the municipalities to pull out from the landfill. The question is, can we give targets to municipalities for moving this out from the landfill? Can you create diversion from the landfill? Can we start with a progressive targets for every municipality? And can you give incentives to municipalities if they are pulling material out from the landfill and not allowing material to go into the landfill? And my last point to this thing about creating wealth or looking at some of these processes is about the role of industry. I think this is absolutely critical and important. I say it that producer responsibility is critical in managing waste. How you define life cycle of materials, how do you produce material, how do you put them in the market, and how you take them back from the market, I think is critical. This is something that we have to incorporate in our waste laws. We have to make it mandatory. We have to ensure that there is the responsibility of the producer which is actually happening on ground. We have tried out, but we have perhaps not been very successful. I think electronic waste is trying out now, not been very successful the last 2.5 years that the law has been in operation. But this is something, and I say it, look at the packaging industry. I think they need to come forward, and I think they create mechanisms for disposal of this packaging waste that we have. And this is where I think some of the kind of drivers that we need to put and place in markets, economic incentives, drivers of other kinds, regulatory drivers, something that propels the law, something that creates the movement in the law. Otherwise it will be difficult to go through. Thanks a lot.
If we look back on the waste situation, we find that our planning capability, which Harinath also mentioned, has been disastrous in a way. We are still not sure how much of decentralization should be there, how much of centralization is required. We are thinking or dreaming of zero landfill, a lofty goal, but how can we achieve it? That has not been worked. It's a long way and a lot of work. For example, if each item finds a proper place of its reutilization, then only we can think of a zero landfill. Today what is happening? See, I can see Mr. Parlikar also there, or Mr. Rao here, who are See, the waste which is coming out, the recyclables, one of the streams could be if it can go back to the cement industry or to the plastic to oil industry, which the minister also mentioned. So, but these need to be built up. These need to be built up to a level where it is actually in practice, along with a marketing package, not only the technology, because if we talk of the cement industry, you ask them, they would say about the, the introduction of the RDF, for example, that needs additional mechanism. So why should the industry take that additional burden? So those are issues. Then how the whole technology develops. What is the marketing? What is the financial implication of this? Everything has to be worked out. And another thing which really pains me, because I have been in this for more than 30 years, I have not seen any project of, let us say, concession agreement of 20, 30 years going more than 5, 6 years so far. So I don't know, maybe in future better track records are built up. Why does it happen? So basically perhaps what we need is a planning capability, institutional capacity, and one small thing which often comes in our way is land use plan, about which we have actually missed the bus. So unless there is a land use plan, everywhere we are, completely at a loss as to what should be done.
You all know what is the bottleneck, where is the bottleneck. We all know. Starting from your household to the final disposal, there are bottlenecks in every step. Agree? There are bottlenecks. The number one, starting from the household segregation. We do not know how to segregate the waste. First thing is, before segregation, let me understand, how many of us know the meaning of the waste? And here I want to say that the waste is not a garbage, please remember. The garbage is different than the waste, but the waste is a valuable garbage. As long as the waste gives you something, valuable thing, so till then it is not garbage. The garbage is the final waste, the number one. Number two, segregation, I don't want to compare with the developed countries or the European or any other countries, because it's a foolishness to compare. We as an Indian, we do not know how to segregate the waste wet and dry. Start with that, okay? We do not have two-bin system in our household, right? This is the first bottleneck. Then the bottleneck starts from the community level, then the transport system, then the storage, then the process, and the final disposal, the finance, all the stakeholders, in the integrated solid waste management we are talking about.